The Japanese fighter jets have intercepted Chinese WZ-7 surveillance drones over the East China Sea, prompting Japanese fighter jets to scramble. This is the first time that the most advanced Chinese WZ-7 Soaring Dragon drone is intercepted by Japan. The drone's flight over East China Sea could be connected with the recent movements of the Chinese aircraft carrier operating in the same area. The unique joined-wing design drone is a routine feature of Chinese activities in the region, providing capabilities similar to the American RQ-4 Global Hawk. It was announced on the 1st of January by Japanese Defense Ministry that a single WZ-7 Soaring Dragon had been active in the East China Sea as part of a mission that lasted from the morning to the afternoon. During the mission, the drone flew over the East China Sea near the Okinawa and Miyako Islands. Thereafter, the drone flew over Philippine Sea towards the Japanese Skishima Islands, and then returned back. In response, the Japanese fighters from the Southwestern Air Force of the Japan Air Self-Defense Force including F-15J were scrambled. The F-15J jets are based at Naha Air Base on the main island of Okinawa. The Japanese Ministry of Defense again reported on the 2nd of January that another WZ-7 drone is intercepted in the same timeframe and flying an almost identical path from the East China Sea towards the Philippine Sea, bringing it close to Okinawa Island. It is yet unclear exactly how close the drone came to Japanese territory, but there's no indication that the WZ-7s departed from international airspace. The island of Yonaguni, which is the westernmost inhabited island of Japan, is also situated near to the area where drone was intercepted. This location is also likely to be of growing interest to China after recently Japanese announcement to deploy a surface-to-air missile defense here. Chinese maritime patrol and electronic intelligence aircraft have also been intercepted in the past flying similar routes. The standout feature of WZ-7 drone is the diamond wing design, with the swept main wing joined to forward swept flying surfaces that terminate at the base of the vertical tail. Since its first appearance in 2011, the design of the drone has changed significantly and is now featuring canted vertical tail surfaces. It is produced by the Guizhou Aircraft Industry Corporation and made its public debut at the Zhuhai Air Show 2021. The drone was also featured at Zhuhai Air Show 2022. It is a jet-powered drone with an estimated range of 4,350 miles and a service ceiling of some 60,000 feet. It has claimed endurance of more than 10 hours. It has comparable roles and capabilities to the high-altitude, long-endurance American RQ-4 Global Hawk. The WZ-7 is in service with both Chinese Air Force and Chinese Navy. With the PLA Air Force, the WZ-7 has notably been used around Tibet, to peer over the border into India. In addition to these operations, the drone is also being operated from the highly strategic Yishintan Air Base close to the North Korean border. Previously, the Chinese aircraft carrier Liaoning had passed through the Miyako Strait on the 1st of January. While transiting from the Philippine Sea into the East China Sea, the carrier was accompanied by the Type 055 destroyers Anshan and Wuxi, the Type 052D destroyer Chengdu, the Type 054A frigate Zhaozhuang, and the Type 901 fast combat support ship Hulanhu. During the transit, the carrier strike group has also conducted around 20 launches and recoveries of fighters and some 40 takeoffs and landings by helicopters. The JASDF fighter jets were also scrambled in response to this fighter activity. During the past 2 weeks, the Chinese carrier strike group has completed roughly 320 takeoffs and landings of both fighters and helicopters. Drone intercepts in particular reinforce the rapid developments by the Chinese military in unmanned aircraft capabilities. The WZ-7 offers expanded capability, particularly in the field of maritime surveillance. Its large size means it can provide multi-sensor intelligence gathering over greater distances and for a longer duration. It can also be operated at higher altitudes with increased sensor reach, as well as providing more extensive beyond line-of-sight connectivity and monitoring capabilities. This could also come into play with the drone serving in a networking capacity for naval task forces. The specific details of the WZ-7's performance and sensor fit remain very limited. This is a highly efficient platform for collection of intelligence over and around the highly strategic Miyako Strait and other areas. Just last week, a WZ-7 was among the manned aircraft and drones that constituted the largest number of such platforms, consisting of 71 aircraft to enter Taiwan's air defense identification zone. The WZ-7 activity in and around the Miyako Strait is likely to be linked with the movements of the Liaoning and its task group. The growing blue water ambitions of Chinese Navy are depicted from expanding westward operations. Having WZ-7s on station before, during, and after the task group's transit of the Miyako Strait would be a very useful capability. The drones could keep tabs on Japanese and other foreign warship movements, as well as collect and catalog electronic emissions from adversaries' radar and communication systems as they work to respond to the Chinese carrier group. This is alongside their ability to generate high-resolution radar maps of the area and collect imagery of vessels of interest. Another important factor is monitoring the JASDF activities. These drones could also provide a critical data relay function for a carrier group. It will be interesting to see if WZ-7s continue to appear over the strait in the days to come, or whether this was a temporary spike in activity more likely connected with the recent movement of the Liaoning. As per Chinese media, the carrier strike group sailed closer to the strategic American military base of Guam than it had ever been before. The recent appearance of WZ-7 high-altitude long-endurance drone shows the increasing capabilities and advancements of Chinese unmanned military technologies. The importance of drones like the distinctive WZ-7 is only likely to grow in the future as tensions continue to simmer in the highly strategic Indo-Pacific region, especially as China continues to expand its military operations. Please like and share the video, and subscribe the channel for further updates.